Well, hi there. This is a brand new channel I've tried to start for a while. I am call myself the Silver State Superhero Geek. I'm in the great state of Nevada. Been here for a long time, and I'm a collector of action figures. And my emphasis is primarily on superheroes now, but I have some other things as well. And I'm going to get into that and talk. And I thought the best introductory video would be to tell you just a brief bit about myself and then how my collecting started, and we'll go with that, and then we'll get into other things as well. I basically have always been into superheroes. When I was a kid, I had a friend who, he'd come over and we'd always play superheroes. We create our own superheroes and things. We did that usually every Saturday, and we were both superhero freaks. I also love Saturday morning cartoons. I used to watch the Superman show, was one of my favorite, and the Lone Ranger and all these others, and I love Bugs Bunny and Looney Tunes too, but always was big on superheroes. Anyway, I'm going to talk first about when I was 11, there was a commercial for what was called, you probably heard it was called Captain Action. It was made by Ideal. And of course I wanted Captain Action. My best friend lived next door, he wanted him too. And Captain Action, you may or may not know, he could change it and all these other superheroes come with superhero costumes and things. Not come with, but he had superhero costumes available, and he himself was a hero. And I wanted that so badly, and I got him for the Christmas, my 11th year. So did my friend. Got him with a Superman suit, which was a separate thing. It was purchased separately. And that's the one I got. And for the longest time, that was the only one I had, was Captain Action and Superman suit. And my friend next door, I got very jealous because he got a new suit for Captain Action with just about every event that happened, like his birthday, etc. Later on, there's a store called King Norman's Kingdom of Toys in San Francisco. And they used to occasionally have what they call a sidewalk sale, what they get rid of the merchandise that wasn't selling. And I happened to find a Batman suit there once for 98 cents. And I got that one, so I ended up with Batman and Superman. Those, I think all of those I eventually gave to him. Didn't keep them, but anyway, Captain Action, if you are familiar, it was originally made by Ideal. I gave it a box much smaller than this. And then I guess years later, they finally, there was about 8 or 9 heroes he could change into. And years later, they added a couple more. They added Spider-Man and Green Hornet. Now today, an original Ideal Green Hornet suit in the box of all the stuff is very valuable. It's worth about $4,000. But this is actually what the original Captain Action looked like, the one made by Ideal. Now this is not an Ideal Captain Action. I don't know if you can see that, there's a little bit of glare there, trying to get the glare off. But he really is pretty ugly. But the reason he had to look like that, have a face like that, was because that was so he could wear all the masks he came with to turn into the other heroes and things. He still came with the sword, the just lightning bolt, and little pistol and hat, and etc. And this, I believe, was made by a company called Plain Mantis, which took over later. Originally was Ideal, and they got the patent. They started making these, and then later on there was a company called Round 2 that started making them as well. So that's what Captain Action. He was actually the first action figure that I got. And then, of course, there was always his nemesis that came later, Dr. Evil. Not oh, that's not Dr. Evil. Excuse me. I'll get that one in a second. Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil. There we go. Dr. Evil. I got him for 98 cents because they were closing out. And this is also, I believe, a Plain Mantis one here. What's this? You know, that's where it says Marvel on the other. I didn't realize that. Right there it says Marvel. I knew it was Marvel. But anyway. This is Dr. Evil, and he changed into, or disguised himself like this. And anyway, Dr. Evil was his arch enemy. And they later made, the other companies later made, originally he did not change into anyone else. He was just Dr. Evil. But I guess they started making Plain Mantis around 2, whichever it was, started making costumes for him so he could change into bad guys. That was something that wasn't around when I had the original one. This one I was looking for just a second ago, this is the Arctic Captain Action, which I don't really know the big difference. It costs them different face. But I got this one. This is also, I believe, by Plain Mantis. Might be around too. I they had a long time to look at these other things. But anyway, so after a while, there we go. My friend, same friend next door, had all the stuff that I was always jealous of. Told me, "Hey, do you know there's a Captain Action comic book?" And I said, "No, I didn't." There, and so I went and looked, and I found it was by DC. And the first volume I bought was this one right here, which was number 3. And I've got to say that what they did with the character, I didn't like. And in fact, this comic book was a total bomb. And I think it was because I really didn't like what they did with the character. He being to be an archaeologist, and he found these coins that were of the Greek gods, and when you held the one that belonged to a particular Greek god, for instance Zeus or Mercury, it gave you the power of that god. And it just didn't like that, what they did with the character, and apparently no one else did either. I don't know how many issues actually ran. I've only been able to find issues 1 through 5. And I don't know how long it ran, but it was discontinued after long. And I also think it only came out every 2 months, if I'm not mistaken. But most have monthly issues. This is Captain Action number 1. I got this on eBay. So I've got number 1, number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wow. Anyway, like I say, the comic was just an absolute bomb. And believe it or not, number 1, usually, especially from, this is from, I believe 1968, if I'm not mistaken, would be a lot more valuable than most number 1s. This one you can get for about $10, because like I say, nobody wants it. Nobody cares about this issue and everything here. So the whole Captain Action superhero in the comic was just a failure, a total failure. But anyway, for nostalgia's sake, in fact I got 3 number 1s, and I think I've got 2 sets of 1 through 5. But I don't think this will ever be terribly valuable. But for nostalgic purposes, I bought them. And anyway, that was Captain Action, and that was pretty much started me as a kid as far as action figures. Now, I didn't get into action figures again till it was 4 or 5 years ago. I can't remember which ones I bought, but I saw a couple that I liked on the shelf, and they were Marvel Legends. I did broaden my horizons a little bit with some other things. I'll do other videos about those, but my emphasis now is almost exclusively on Marvel superheroes. I do have some DC and some others, and I've got a few Harry Potter things. I got some from Twilight and some other things there, but I was starting to get into Star Wars a little bit, and I really am not a huge Star Wars fan. I mean, Star Wars will always be great, but I broke away from it. I gave a lot of myself away, and I only kept a couple of Star Wars things. So most of what I do is Marvel superheroes, and we'll go through some things like my top 10s, likes, dislikes, etc. If you're interested in seeing things like hunts, which I don't do that often, most of my stuff is purchased online. You can let me know. It's fine. You want to just discuss things about certain superheroes and all of that, you've got to let me know, because there's so many channels like this. I don't know what really people really like and what they want to see, but I will be showing my collection little by little. Now, before I end this, like I said, this is going to be a short video just to start, but before Captain Action, 1965, I saw something on television that I wanted so badly, and I guess he was kind of an action figure, so maybe in the original action figure. I don't know this for sure, but and I was a big fan, and they came out with a figure of him. At the time, it cost 98 cents, which was a lot of money then, about $1 for a tax. And while my parents wouldn't buy it for me, they told me I could save my allowance to buy it myself. So I got 25 cents a week, and it took me 5 weeks of saving my allowance and watching these commercials and to buy this. And I finally was able to afford it and bought it in there. And the other day, a week or so ago, I was looking on eBay and just for nostalgic purposes and saw a set of this fellow. Now you wonder who it was. Well, he was, I think, the original action figure. And this was a set of 6 different colors, and I couldn't resist it, and I had to buy it. And here we go. We're talking about Gumby. The original Gumby was that color, and it was by a company called Lakeside. And a Lakeside Gumby today is pretty valuable. Lakeside Gumby in the package probably runs about $100. But this is 6 different colored Gumbies, all those same size that was. And I couldn't resist because I loved Gumby, and that toy was one of my favorite toys. I, of course, soon discovered that it was just wire inside, and as soon as you start playing with it a lot, the wires would poke through this body, and the wires would break. So Gumbies didn't last very long. It was kind of disappointing. I eventually had Pokey, too. I don't have any Pokies now, but they made both the Gumby and Pokey. They got it in the back. Gumby and Pokey. But Gumby, as far as I'm concerned, was the original action figure. And I like this set. It's really nice, like I say. I am an in-the-box collector. Well, I do have some figures that are out. I've made some small dioramas, which they're very good, but they're just very, we'll get into that later, but I got a couple of dioramas I made, but I took figures out. But as a rule, the figures stay in the packages, and I want the packages, sealed, with seals unbroken and everything. And not all are like that. The majority are. And I do have some that are out. In fact, I did purchase my first out of the package action figure about 2 months ago, maybe 3. And which I like very much, and I'll show that in another video. But anyway, that's just telling you how I started my collection. I've got about 200 plus figures now. I also have some plate. You probably see these plates in the back. These are Marilyn Monroe. I love Marilyn, and I've got a nice Marilyn Monroe collection. It's mostly plates now. I've got a Marilyn Monroe doll. Again, I'll show that in other videos too. But that's the start. That's still UAM, and we're just starting out, so I don't expect anyone to tell me a bunch of stuff they want to see because there's so many channels like this, but hopefully you'll take an interest in what I can show you and share my views and my likes and things too, and something you like. So anyway, that's just an introduction to me, my collection, and this is Silver State Superhero Geek here, and I hope everyone has a great day, and I hope you enjoy this, and I will see you again real soon with another video. Thanks.